I think it's a really great initiative for a number of reasons. Really, you're getting everybody together, which I think is really important for relationships. So you've got patients, you've got doctors, and you've got lawyers on both sides all coming together. And then the second thing is we're raising lots of really key issues that we need to address as a group of medical practitioners and legal experts.
I think the role here for the experts is to explain a very specific technical detail, but we've heard about what the patients are experiencing, and I think now the lawyers will be better able to base their cases on what they've heard as a mixture of what the experts have explained the medical side and the patients have explained what impact that actually has on their whole life.
All parties are in the one room in a nice setting. We're all humans, we all need to communicate better, and if that doesn't happen, no progress can be made.
I think it's important that we get the input not only from lawyers but from particularly the patients. Important for people to realise what the effects are of something like this rather than sit in a court and just go over something as an academic exercise.
I hope that today that people will leave the conference not thinking that just because you're a defence solicitor that you're immediately trying to stop a patient receiving compensation. I think that for all of us it's so important, especially at medical protection, that patients are appropriately compensated for any harm that they suffer, and we really want to see them getting the compensation they deserve at an earlier stage. That will reduce the legal costs that we are seeing escalating in the country and hopefully take less of the pressure off the healthcare systems which are suffering as a result of underfunding.
Well, I hope the issues raised will maybe get some media attention and that there can be some pressure put on the politicians and the people in a position to make changes so that stuff like the pre-action protocols and like the disclosure obligations come into force.
As a judge, you're trying to keep your emotions out of it, you're trying to come to decisions and balance rights and balance and look for the answer in the law. But there are people behind these stories. And I think it was interesting and not incidental that the themes that were right through the papers were all about how we behave as a community, as a people in the common good.
But we felt a collaboration of all the legal stakeholders, patients and medical experts would be very important given the current climate with our health service. We feel that pathways to progress is achievable through an evolved system, but only when people get together and collaborate can change be enforceable.
I hope it starts a conversation between all the different parties, so from the lawyers to the clinicians and the patients who've been at the receiving end of adverse events, that conversation starts about how best we can go forward and make sure that the interests of everybody are looked after.
It's evident from the session so far that the calibre of speakers and the understanding of each other's positions is helping us move forward, because clearly there are steps that need to be taken to progress and improve the manner in which we manage medical negligence claims.
My hope is that what can't be achieved by the event today is a lot of sharing of best practices that are out there, and my hope would be that as we move forward here in Ireland, there will be the thought to implementing some of these best practices that we know can begin to create momentum around reducing patient harm, but also responding to harm in a comprehensive, principled and systematic way.
Callan Tansey worked tirelessly on our case and looked into everything and got to the bottom of the truth of what we wanted and we looked for. So we were very happy with this.
And also in terms of the support that we've had from them since the settlement, it's been very helpful for keeping in touch with us and keeping us informed of any developments that have taken place or may come up. That's been very helpful to us as well, to know that there's somebody always there for us.
What we want to achieve here today is to get the message out there that candour is important, not just in the abstract, not just as a policy, but as a culture. And the culture has to start from the top down in terms of the leadership, in terms of the management structures of the hospital, but also at a basic level when medical students start their undergraduate training, when people start working with patients, the culture of candour needs to be started from the very beginning.